Government officials in Iran claim that they don't have any issues with gay people in their country, but it's a curious thing for them to say, especially considering the fact that A, there are gay people in their country, and B, the way Iran likes to deal with it is by coercing gay individuals to have sex change operations. Now, this is really fascinating because they reject the idea of homosexuality. In fact, if you are caught in gay acts, you could be murdered in Iran. However, they do accept that if you want to date or marry or be with someone of the same sex, you could be having a gender identity crisis, and maybe you should go through with a sex change operation. Really interesting, and they're really pushing people to do this. Now, according to the BBC, which did a really great report on this, they say that it's not official government policy to force gay men or women to undergo gender reassignment, but the pressure can be intense. In the 1980s, the founder of the Islamic Republic, Ayatollah Khomeini, issued a fatwa allowing gender reassignment surgery, apparently after being moved by a meeting with a woman who said she was trapped in a man's body. Isn't that amazing right there, where you have like this religious leader who all of a sudden just has a conversation with someone, and he's moved by that conversation to the point where he's open-minded about gender reassignment surgery.
And then it affects Iran for decades after that, based on that one conversation. Well, I mean, look, the funny thing is they're more open to transgender folks, but less open to gays, and then it winds up being negative because of that. But, I mean, there's so many layers to this. First of all, I like how these fatwas are just pulled out of somebody's ass, right? Like, oh, the Quran, and he studied, he's the Ayatollah, and the Hadiths, and all this stuff. It's like, no, I just talked to somebody. She seemed like they had a good story. Forget it. Quran's totally okay with transgenders.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Okay.
But what I also want to understand, Jing, sorry to interrupt you, is why is there an understanding toward the transgender community, which, by the way, I'm in favor of, like, oh, well, they were born this way, they feel trapped in the wrong body, but you don't extend that same type of empathy or understanding to the gay community. You just think that they chose to live that type of lifestyle.
It makes no sense at all. But look, again, these people don't operate on logic. They operate on voodoo from thousands of years ago. And Khomeini and the current Ayatollah Khamenei, it's money, it's power, it's all those things that drive them. They just, you know what he reminds me of, funny enough? Pat Robertson. Pat Robertson is also totally fine with transgender people, but he doesn't like gays. He thinks gays caused like Hurricane Katrina and 9/11, etc. But transgender is A-okay. I don't know what it is about religious people who like, but you know what's interesting too? In Turkey, when I was growing up, like people weren't open to gay. It was old school, right? It was back in the day, just like America wasn't open to it. But there was a number of transgender singers and entertainers, and the guys loved them.
Really?
And they'd go. I was amazed as a kid. I was amazed. I was in a town that she came into, us like a summer town, and all the guys wanted to get a kiss from her.
What?
I don't know what it is about transgender. I think they're into it.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, can I like psychoanalyze? It's a fear. It's a threat. You know, especially our conservatives here. Those gays, they're gonna come and sneak up behind me. All they do is want to fucking grab your ass. So it's a fear because they're thinking about it all the time. What are they gonna do? But if we just change them to a woman, then it's okay. I can fuck her.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to fuck her.
Yes, that's their. It's in a weird, twisted way their reparative therapy. Instead of trying to change them mentally, they're changing them physically.
Right.
So they match whatever norm they believe in.
I think you and JR are making slightly separate points, but I think they're both good. I think you're right, and I think what JR is saying is part of the reason they want to change them is because they actually want to have sex with them.
Yeah, well, that too.
Right? And it makes it okay. Oh, now they're a woman, so it's fine.
That's interesting. Yeah. That's interesting. We make good points on this show. Okay.
Yes, we do.